Good morning. Where are you? You're over there. And welcome to this week's Monday Motivation. As I lean against the wall, and in the background there, I'm just admiring my lovely plant. So this morning is all about motivating or making it happen motivation, but not in the way that is often put out there and often taught. You see, motivation isn't about forcing and pushing forward and forging ahead no matter what, not every single time. Motivation is about finding a place within yourself to be able to put yourself out there, or finding a place within yourself to do the thing that you've always wanted to do, the thing that you truly and really wanted to do. You know, one of my kind of common observations as a coach is that regardless of whether I'm speaking to somebody who works for a big company or someone that works for themselves, is that we can inadvertently hold ourselves back by pushing ahead and doing stuff that we don't actually really want to do. So if you or someone you know has found yourself, especially during this time of lockdown, reflecting on what you really, really want from your life, what you really, really want from your business, what you really, really want from your work, then this Monday Motivation is just for you. So I have my sticky notes just to keep me on track and to remind me. And as always, if you want to post in the comments below, you know, either questions or anything else like that, please do. If you're happy just to watch in the background, please be happy to watch in the background. I'm not going to shout you out or name and shame you in any way, unless, of course, you type in the box and say something and I will speak back. Now, the thing to note is that sometimes my notes or the comments pieces don't always work on Facebook. 99.8% of the time they do, and sometimes they don't. So if you're frantically typing messages below and I appear to be ignoring you, please forgive me. So, just before we get started, these Monday Motivations actually started in 2008, and I'd like to tell you the story behind them so that you know that I don't just rock up on here and flap my gums for a few minutes and then kind of like hick off again. In fact, in 2008, I was still a senior manager in financial services, and I realised that Monday got a really, really bad rap, and it would seem that people would turn up on a Monday full of kind of dread for the week, with a heavy heart. And I remember thinking, it's the start of the week. Like, why would you want to start your week dragging your heels, feeling like, oh gosh, I have to do this thing? So it started off that I would, just to a few kind of work colleagues, I would send a motivational, sound bite to them. And I kept doing that. And then in 2010, when I started this business, I continued to do it. You know, the people that I'd met at networking and things like that, obviously with their permission on my now then database, my business list. And then just over 4 years ago now, just as Facebook Live became a thing in the UK, while I watched my American and Australian friends and clients that were able to use it, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna bring this up to date, bring this motivation to life, and actually stream to you. Originally, it was at 7:00, and it's been about 7:30 for about 6 months or so now. So, good morning to those of you that are saying hello. Hey, it's Eunice. Good morning. Happy Monday to you awesomeness. And happy Monday back to you, Miss Awesome Sauce. I'm not going to say the thing that you think I might say, because this will be streamed to other people later to motivate their Monday. So let's crack on with this. So what happens when you want to make something happen? Is it an intent? Is it a desire? Is it a goal? Is it an objective? Is it a plan? Is it an anything? So the first way to get lots of use out of this Monday Motivation is think of something that you would like to do. It could be, as I've been doing still, 4 months in my new place, it could still be that there are kind of bags or boxes that you wanted to go through and declutter. So the decluttering thing might be your thing. It might be a thought you want to declutter. Maybe there's something that's holding you back. Very recently, as I've been speaking to clients on these like private sessions, there's so many things that we can do to stop us from making things happen. And one of the things that come up, it's almost like a theme, and I'm not going to lie, it's come up for me when I pay attention to it and think, here it is again, is that whole feeling of the things that we put up with. So think about this for a minute. Think about your life in general. It could be your work life, your personal life. It could be a specific relationship you've got with somebody, a friendship. It could be a way that you work. Think about your life, and think about the things that we sometimes put up with or tolerate. Let me give you an example. I bought my first Mac in 2013. Very excited and doing that whole, this is different to a PC, where are the buttons, how do I create a hashtag, all those sorts of things. And then in the last couple of years, I remember thinking to myself, I must update that, it's getting older, I must update that. I was 5 years old and it's 6 years old, and this year I must update it. And then I thought, you know what, I need to stop saying I must do it, because when I will do it someday, that's not a plan. That is not going to make it happen. Now, I could have driven it and, really gone hard on my goal, but I didn't do that. I have a much more gentle way, and I go through this with clients, and to be honest, part of the reason that I do it with myself so regularly is I want to sense check that it still works. So I have this process that I go through when I want to achieve something, do something, and whilst there are action steps to take and things to do, the kind of the process of pushing myself towards the goal doesn't ever feel good to me. And when I speak to clients, it's a lot of the reasons why they kind of procrastinate, or in their own terms, they think they procrastinate, they think they're disorganised, they think they haven't got it together, they think it, is too slow, is because of this push. So one of the things that I do is a little 5-step process. And for those of you, by the way, who have signed up for Visibility Made Easy, thank you so much. Tickets are still on sale. And what I've done is I've given you some grace. So for those of you who have booked on and zapped your £39 tickets, which include the VAT as well, thank you so much. You'll find that when you go to the links today that the 39 ticket is now £49 for the next few days until it goes to its price of £99, which is still a really great deal for a 3-day event. And for those of you that wanted the special Time to Shine ticket, you get a 60-minute recorded private session with me personally, not with somebody else working for me or acting on my behalf. And we do that before the event, so that when you go into the event, you have got even more kind of like momentum that you can propel forward and move forward a little bit more quickly if you so wish. But anyway, I will be going through that 5-step process. But this 5-step process allows me to get clarity on my goal. It allows me to know what I actually truly want, as opposed to what somebody else might want for me. Well-meaning, people wish you success every single day of the week. Some will verbalise it and some won't. And it's those that verbalise it that sometimes I've found that, in fact, quite often I've found that clients take that on and make somebody else's wish or dream for them their goal. Let me give you an example. For those of you that are watching, I know many of you do have your own business or run your own company. Quite often, friends and family, people that are close to you, well-meaning, they want you to do certain things in your business, or they want you to see your business in a certain way that doesn't align with how you are, how you feel, or how you do things. But you don't want to let them down. They're your friends, they're your family, they're your close relatives. You want to be able to make them proud as well as make yourself proud while making a difference in the world. So you strive for that thing, you try and you put one step in front of the other, and you stay up late and you get up early. And if you're anything like Eunice and I, we do things like this. Get lots of post-it notes out, coloured pens, flip chart pens. We draw our vision so we can see it, and we stick things down and we make notes of things, and we get it done. We get it done. But one of the things that we really need to be clear at before we do any of that, which is what really gives us the momentum to make it happen, is to have clarity on what we want and what our specific goal is. You know, quite often we'll lump them together as like 3 or 4 goals rolled into one. So get very specific on each goal. The next thing we do is we make sure it's what we really want, not what our friends want, not what our well-meaning family or business peers want, but what we want for ourselves. And this is another thing that I've seen when I myself have been in groups. You know, I am currently in 2 masterminds, and when you're in that mastermind, you know, the person running the mastermind has a vision for you, but the whole reason a mastermind works is that they have a vision and they hold a vision for you, but they don't project that vision on you. You all come in with your different skill sets and different levels, and you contribute to it. You create, for those of you who haven't heard this term, you create the mastermind, where, you know, the expression 2 heads are better than 1. Well, this time you've got a group, a collection of people, and they're all putting their creativity, their great wishes for you in a melting pot, and that's what grows. So now you know, you're really clear on what you want, like the goal that you want to achieve at that particular moment, and that it is your goal that you want to achieve. Then the next thing is to be specific. Me saying, oh, it's time for me to get a new Mac soon. Yeah, I need to get another Mac soon. Yeah, I'll get a Mac soon, is not a specific goal. It's a bit like the donkey and the carrot, you know, and if I'm dangling the carrot in front of me, well, soon is soon, is soon. Then the next month comes, well, it's soon. Then the next week comes, it's soon. Maybe the next year comes, oh, yeah, it'll be soon. And before we know it, we don't actually have any specific time frame as to, you know, when we're looking to get that. So going through my 5-step process, I decided October 2020 was when I was going to get my new Mac. Now I've got a concrete goal. I know where I am. I know that it's what I want to do. I know my reasons why. And I now know exactly when I'm going to get it. And I put a date in the diary, by the way, not just October, because there's like 30 days in October. Hey, good morning, Alan, and good morning, Faye. Okay, so, Alan's in the middle of his training, so he's going to watch back. Good for you, Alan, good for you. So now you've got really specific. This is the nuance that I find when I take people, I get to work more closely with people, and I take them through this goal setting process of the difference that makes the difference. Quite often we'll write down a goal, we'll put it somewhere where we can see it to remind ourselves, and again that switches on our force, let's forge it forward, let's force ahead. However, we need a way that we as an individual recognise our own goal. Imagine this, imagine that you want to become a best-selling author, and I ask you the question, well, how would you know when you're a best-selling author? And you say something like, well, I would have written all my, all my words down, I would have got my X amount of 1,000 words out, and I'll have a book in my hands, and I'll have a publishing deal, and I'll, be self-published if that's the route that you prefer to go down, and, and this will happen, and my book will be in shops, and blah, 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 blah. Those are very good kind of outcome-based goals, and they tend to be outside of our body. But what happens, for you personally, when you see your book that's published, when you know that you're a published author, and you really, to get that experience, if you really embody it, it then starts to feel real to you. To the subconscious part of your brain that really runs everything, it will start to feel real to that part. And it's that actually will motivate you, not only start you motivated, but will keep you motivated and stop the so-called procrastination. So that's kind of like running through in a nutshell some of that 5-step process. I mean, obviously we haven't got time, but if you are watching this and you think, oh, facepalm, I didn't get my special Vibes Tribe ticket last night before midnight, and some of you left it close to the bone. There were a few of you that within the last 10 minutes of midnight obviously went and booked your ticket, and I'm grateful for you for doing that. But if you didn't get your bonus ticket, you have got a couple more days. It won't be £39, so I really want to honour those people that did move quickly. So the standard ticket is now £49, which includes VAT, which is pretty cool. And the Time to Shine ticket is still £99, but has the VAT added on top. £118.80. It'll be at that for the next few days. I'll take a sip of my drink, so that you can, jump in as well. So that's better. Fruit tea this morning. So if you are looking at ways to motivate yourself this week, here's my advice. There's some things that I would urge you to stop doing before I would say try this or start this. So the first thing to stop doing is stop trying to just use brute force, your own brute force, whether you call it hustle, whether you call it force, to move ahead with your goals. It very rarely works. And like anyone who's been on any sort of diet, you'll know that whilst the momentum's there, you'll do it. And then when that starts to fade, it doesn't. Do what Alan does, he's doing his exercises today. Get into a habit, get into a routine. And that habit and routine will keep you, get you going and keep you going. It's the same thing that I found with the marathon training. And I'm training for a marathon that I don't even know whether it's going to go ahead or not. That added an extra layer of this, but I realised that when I kept my regular training up, I kept regular with it, made it into a habit, it made it much more easier. And I hear this all the time with people who want to put their work out there. They want to be visible. And it's not even that they necessarily want to be seen as a person or a personality. They want their work to be seen. I've been doing this stuff around visibility officially for 10 years, unofficially for a lot longer. This is my area of expertise. I'm good at doing other things too, good at helping people put themselves out there on video, good at helping people to present their products and services, especially their services when you can't see them. You can't show somebody this is what your thing will look like in the end. I'm really great at that, but the reason why I'm good at that is because visibility is my speciality. So, if you want to be more visible, want to be more consistent, want to have an impact, you want to boost your visibility, and you would like to take the time and space of 3 days to actually create it as we go through the 3 days, definitely come and join us. I'll take you deeper into the 5 steps. In fact, I've got written down here, I'll take you into the 5 steps so that you can make the things happen in the way you would like it to happen, without the force, without the push. And then, help you to create the kind of container for your life that makes it work for you. So you're not now excluding your children, you're not excluding your partner, your family, your dogs, your habits, your things that you want to do. You're including them all as well. So that's it for this Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. And as ever, if you've got a group or you've got Facebook friends on there, please remember to share this with them. If you are looking at this and thinking, I'm trying to keep off Facebook, then do hop over to my YouTube channel, where not every week, but most weeks I will put the Monday motivation video there, and sometimes I will also add different content there as well that helps you to raise your profile professionally and be more visible. Well, I'm off. I've got some stuff to do. Oh, by the way, thank you so much for all of you who said congratulations for my Mentor of the Year, my new title, Mentor of the Year for the Institute of Travel and Tourism. Still can't believe it. I'm still blown away. Thank you for all the good wishes that you've sent. I'm so excited, and there's some really juicy stuff to come with them too. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope that this motivates not just your Monday, but your morning and even your week. Thank you so, so much for being part of this, especially for those of you who've been doing this for over 4 years along with me. I heart you, I thank you, I appreciate you, and thank you so much for joining. Bye for now.